Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. Mario Nafal yesterday posting this: breaking: Putin and Xi Jinping signed documents on Russia-China strategic cooperation. Guys, this is going to have a huge impact on global trade, the global economy. Why it's relevant? Well, China is clearly Russia's top trading and economic partner. Trade and economic cooperation is a priority for our relationship. This is a quote from this video here that is in Chinese. Russia is prepared to increase its oil and LNG supply to China. Russia is helping to build atomic stations in China. The Ukraine-Russia peace plan was also discussed. Putin says Russia and China strongly oppose violating interests of other countries to gain our own advantage. Should the U.S. be afraid of the strengthening relations between Russia and China? Things that we should be considering. This was, also going around Twitter yesterday, despite the XRP pump that we saw yesterday, which I think caught a lot of us off guard. I think a lot of us were assuming that could have happened on March the 20th for ISO 20022 integration reasons. We did end up seeing it on March the 21st, and I did a video on why. I'll link that up here in the top right-hand corner. So we kind of missed what was going on with China and Russia. Russia to use Chinese yuan instead of US dollar to settle trade with Asia, Africa, and Latin America. Guys, here's another clip, and I'm not going to play it because it's in Russian, but I will read the subtitles for you. Already 2/3 of the trade turnover between our countries is carried out in rubles and yuan. Vladimir Putin says, he goes on to say, we are for the use of Chinese yuan in settlement between Russia and countries of Asia, Africa, and Latin America. And that is it, I think. Yeah, that is it. Meanwhile, in the United States of America, we've got senators fighting CBDCs. The other day, I talked a little bit about how Ron DeSantis was saying how CBDCs will essentially be illegal in the state of Florida. And Republican Senator Ted Cruz has also now introduced a bill to block the United States Federal Reserve from launching a direct-to-consumer central bank digital currency. So this one from Michael Branch here. In a March 21st statement, Cruz said he introduced the bill to prevent the Fed from developing a retail CBDC, which could be used as a financial surveillance tool by the federal government. Cruz said it's more important than ever to ensure U.S. policy on digital currencies protects financial privacy, maintains the dollar's dominance, and cultivates innovation. So, those could be the forces that drive CBDC adoption in a capacity that isn't so big brothery and more about, cultivating U.S. dollar dominance. I mean, if you're an American citizen, this would behoove you. Dollar dominance, good for so many reasons. Modernization, being able to conduct transactions with new financial technology. This is also going to be important moving forward, with trade with other countries. Of course, we got the Russia-China connection, where they are already working on a replacement for the SWIFT system. So here's a quote, guys. CBDCs that fail to adhere to these three basic principles could enable an entity like the Federal Reserve to mobilize itself into a retail bank, collect personal identifiable information on users, and track their transactions indefinitely. Cruz claimed the federal government has no authority to unilaterally establish a CBDC. We should be empowering entrepreneurs, enabling innovation, and increasing individual freedom, not stifling it, he stressed. Cruz's anti-CBDC bill has been backed by Republican senators like Mike Braun of Indiana and Chuck Grassley of Iowa. In statements, both expressed the belief that a CBDC would be used as a surveillance tool. So they're calling them out on their WEFE agenda. If the bill is passed into law, it would ensure that the state isn't snooping on the finances of hardworking Americans. Grassley said the American people ought to be able to spend their money how they choose without the possibility that every transaction could be tracked by the government. And of course, I agree with this too. The anti-CBDC bill is a second attempt by Cruz, Braun, and Grassley to introduce a similar bill on March 30th, 2022, so about a year ago, to prohibit the Fed from issuing a central bank digital currency directly to individuals. However, nearly 12 months later, the bill still hasn't moved past the introduction phase. Meanwhile, considerable progress has been made on U.S. dollar CBDC since President Joe Biden signed an executive order titled Ensuring Responsible Development of Digital Assets in March of 2022. And we know that there is a pilot project going on for that. So, guys, this is just the latest with regards to central bank digital currencies in the United States. Wanted to thank Michael for posting that. Utility FTW here also posting this with regards to the XRPL along the same lines, those WEF talking points and exchange. They're building a carbon credit solution specifically on the XRP Ledger. Versed, which is Power Ledger, is building a CCS on Solana. Seeing as how Solana is 45 times more power per transaction than XRP, we can understand why the UN is choosing to work with Exchange instead. So, along the same lines, kind of a WEF-focused video today, plans within plans and the powers that be manipulating the narrative, and, new updates on how we're seeing this, guys. We've got to be prepared. Exchange is working hand in hand with the UN development system, UNDS, to set up and manage a centralized marketplace. So they're focusing on centralization, data warehouse MRV, which is, investment standard MRV framework for the highest carbon credit integrity, assures documented and in-depth due diligence of all projects, product quality, and manages own projects. So just some reasons why they're using the Exchange platform, carbon emissions and blockchain. So that's also a big thing for them. Exchange does run on the XRP Ledger, and we also do know that there is a connection with the UN and Ripple. Obviously, partnering up using Exchange is a no-brainer and makes perfect sense. So I wanted to also thank Utility for posting that. Happen to see this too, guys, from the Wrath of Kahneman. This has to do with Cellpoint Digital. They're partnered with Ripple user Neum, and they're a leader in payment orchestration. Through their integration, Cellpoint Digital and Neum will offer merchants a frictionless, optimized, end-to-end money movement process. So another example of how these types of partnerships with Ripple-enabled companies are really pushing for a more seamless payment experience. Payment systems are seen by many as complex and fragmented, neglecting the needs and experiences of merchants. Cellpoint Digital and Neum are joining forces to address this problem, simplifying and optimizing the payment ecosystem and offering merchants greater control and a far simpler process. Neum empowers on-demand money movement for global payments and card issuers. Its global network of regulatory licenses, compliance services, and world-class APIs are designed to make the complexities of global commerce invisible. Merchants can pay employees, suppliers, local sellers, and partners wherever they do business seamless through a single platform. So, just more of the same here. This is what Neum does really, really well, and I'm finding that Neum is one of those RippleNet partners that really is taking it upon themselves to partner out, branch out with other partners, and to inadvertently expand XRP utility, which will in fact drive more value to the XRP cryptocurrency at the end of the day. Domestically and across borders, both Cellpoint Digital and Neum are united by a mission to help businesses simplify commerce, be it by buying, selling, transferring money, managing FX, or making payments. This partnership will support Cellpoint Digital's growth and expansion into money movement capabilities like payouts and alternative payment methods, or APM acquiring, which complements its product suite with Neum's extensive global payout network, supporting 100 currencies in more than 190 countries, 100 of them, guys, in real time. So again, expanding the rails with this partnership, a Ripple partnered company. Neum now working with Cellpoint, so great news there. Wanted to thank the Wrath of Kahneman for posting that. Switching gears a little bit, guys, some VeChain news here from the Cryptic Poet. VeChain empowers Canadian partner to achieve successful CBD traceability to revolutionize billion-dollar market. So VeChain is expanding its global influence as an enterprise-grade blockchain protocol following its latest integration with this company, Micromation, a Canadian IT service management company. The news was publicized by the revered member of the VeChain community, Eisenreich, who highlighted that Micromation has built a proof of concept using the protocol for its traceability advances. According to details shared by the firm, Micromation tapped into the technological advances of the VeChain toolchain protocol to design the proof of concept. So guys, this is still just a proof of concept. However, it's looking fairly promising. As revealed, the VeChain toolchain will grant access to integrate GS1 US standards for product identification and traceability, ensuring a transparent and reliable supply chain for CBD products. So traceability in the cannabis industry in Canada is pretty big, and it is growing every single day. According to the update shared by the protocol, the proof of concept developed is a way to showcase the powers of blockchain technology in transforming the cannabis as well as the medical substance industry. So a growing industry, obviously, and in Canada, this is now becoming a bigger and bigger part of the economy. So putting it on the blockchain, VeChain, definitely a great solution for this. I wanted to thank the Cryptic Poet for posting that. I also happen to see this from Digital Assets Daily on Twitter. Ripple announces new partnership with Great Ormond Street Hospital Children's Charity. So another good deed performed by Ripple. They're proud to announce a new 2-year partnership with Great Ormond Street Children's Hospital, or the GOSH charity, the GOSH charity, which will see funds donated by Ripple to help support cancer care at Great Ormond Street Hospital. Through the partnership, GOSH charity will become Ripple's primary nonprofit partner in the UK. The partnership launch will coincide with the 2023 TCS London Marathon, for which GOSH charity is the official charity of the year. Together, GOSH charity and Ripple will cheer on 1,000 Team GOSH runners, raising millions to help beat childhood cancer. So, Ripple doing their part in the community, this time in the UK, coinciding with the 2023 marathon, obviously supporting children's cancer charity. So that's all positive news. Here's a quote, guys. We're thrilled to announce our partnership with Gosh Charity, who raised funds for Gosh, one of the world's leading children's hospitals. We can't wait to support the vital work they do. At Ripple, we believe in power of blockchain technology to create positive change. And this partnership is a great example of how we can use our resources to make a real difference to children at Gosh and their families. So this coming from Cindy Young, Managing Director Europe at Ripple. So just another great piece of news here coming out of the Ripple camp. Wanted to thank Digital Assets Daily for posting that. Now, do you guys remember the video I did? It was several months ago, the blacklist back in 2014, 1 year before Ethereum ever existed. This guy here talks about using a Ripple exchange, if my memory serves me correctly, converting it to eCash and then transferring that to Bitcoin to get funds, to get money from point A to point B. Guys, let me remind you, 2014. Also, let me remind you how much Hollywood is also influenced by the powers that be. And if you guys didn't catch this video that I did, I will link it up here in the top right-hand corner. I don't want to play the clip for copyright reasons, but along the lines with projection, forecasting, all these pre-planned premonitions, the kind of thing that we see on The Simpsons and that people have been noticing over the years, right? They're trying to condition us to get us to accept what our fates will eventually hold if they do get their way, if they do succeed with their grander plan. So what got me thinking about this video was seeing this, guys. Another tweet here from Altcoin Daily. This scene from Mr. Robot, you guys remember that show, about eCoin, is exactly what's going on now. Now, I happened to see this show when it first came out, and I believe it was released in 2015, and I do believe that this was from the first season. So this was before I was even into cryptocurrency. I mean, yeah, I knew cryptocurrency existed, but, I wasn't really paying attention, I guess I could say, in the same kind of capacity that I am today. And so, again, for copyright reasons, I do not want to play this clip, but I will link it in the description for you guys if you do want to play it. I do have a transcript, though, of what they are saying in this clip. And so let me read you guys the transcript. So this guy here, he says, look, with eCoin equal to $1, it'll free up the economy. The only reason why you're here first is because you don't want to get slapped with regulations, says this guy here. But if you are indeed asking, then I am saying no, not constitutional. You can't make your own currency. That is the federal government's job. Problem here is hard cash is fading rapidly. It's just the way the world is right now. And Bitcoin is spreading. If Bitcoin takes over, we are all in a world of hell. With eCoin, we control the ledger and the mining servers. We are the authority. I will make sure you have visibility into every single wallet that's open, every loan, every transaction, which means we can start rebuilding the banking sector without you're having to inject even more politically impalpable federal funds into it. So it's mostly this guy talking here. I know this is kind of confusing, but just listen to the content. This is going to be controlled by a good old-fashioned American company. So guys, if you are following here, they're basically talking about a stablecoin or a central bank digital currency. They're talking about being able to thwart the system, the current system, and they're talking about Bitcoin as being a threat. Not only that, they're talking about, that it would be beneficial if this company was American. He goes on to say, you want to regulate it, be my guest, regulate the crap out of it. I'll give you back doors, side doors, trace whatever you want, just don't shut it down. And then this guy asks, how long have you been pressing this pedestal? How long have you been plotting against me? And then he finally says, oh, come on, Jack. We've known each other for years. You know full well I don't give a crap about you. Defeats can still be profitable. So, are we seeing something similar in Mr. Robot as we did see in the blacklist the year before? 2014, again, I want to put a stamp on this, saying that it was probably 2015. Do please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments section of the video. Is this another premonition, guys, of where our world is going? Central bank digital currencies, the government, the Fed working on a eCoin type product, also the vulnerability of the system, the fact that Bitcoin is catching on, and the fact that they need an American company in order to help facilitate these transactions. You know what's also very interesting? This document that just came out the other day too, courtesy of Real XRP Boy here on Twitter. The wording in this economic report is clever. I agree that some crypto assets are more hype than anything, and digital scarcity has been a means of delivering nothing more but a narrative to justify price. But don't let them fool you guys. This is directly from the White House. And in this document, they say just that. The physical environment and the financial system are not only substantial, but are also being accrued in the present. Indeed, crypto assets to date do not appear to offer investments with any fundamental value, nor do they act as an effective alternative to fiat money, improve financial inclusion, or make payments more efficient. Instead, their innovation has been mostly about creating artificial scarcity in order to support crypto assets prices, and many of them have no fundamental value. You do notice, though, that they said most of them do not have any fundamental value. The scarcity, i.e. Bitcoin, i.e. what they are worried about in this clip here, is all smoke and mirrors. However, guys, the fundamental value will lie in the coins that solve problems. They say it by not saying it here. Take a look at this last line. Even so, as companies and governments experiment with DLT, it is conceivable that some of their potential benefits may be realized in the future. I guess that's as close as they're going to get to tell us that XRP is going to moon with utility. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.